Hey, G-Man 9mm here. A lot of people have showed you shooting Polish plate racks on YouTube, but nobody showed you how to build one. So this is one that I made up. We'll get back to the back side of it and show you how it's put together and what you need to make one, and then we'll do some shooting of it afterwards, so stay tuned. So what I did, I started out with a 6x6 1/8 inch 3/16 steel plate. To that we bolted a couple of pillow blocks, bought off eBay for like, I don't know, $7.80 or something like that. They got a 1-inch shaft in them, and they're set screws in to hold the shaft. Then we bought a 6-foot piece of bar stock. These are 3/8 by 3 mild steel with a 1/4 by 1.5 backer to it, and the plates are 8-inch steel AR 400, and you can see they have a stem on them with a 1/2 inch hole that was cut in by the place that manufactured them, and those are supported on a pin, just a dowel pin, 3/8 dowel pin with a hole drilled through here. And then there's a music wire spring that applies pressure to the plate to hold it in place. A couple of 1/4 3/8 inch square stocks welded to the side to hold the plate upright so it can't flop back and forth. To load it, you just pull the pin back, set the plate in place, the spring holds it in place, and then to make it balance, what I did is I bought these welding magnetic plates, 90-degree plates. You can stick that on there any place you need to for balance. So this one happens to take one out here, and then for your final balance, I just took a piece of small 1 by 1/4 stock, welded a little nub on the end there to keep it so it would come in the right spot. Slide that underneath it, and then that's held in place with another magnet here, and that holds it. So once the thing comes out of balance, it doesn't take much force to overcome the magnetic pressure put onto it, and then it lets the thing start spinning. On the ends, another piece of 1-inch stock. I just kind of figured the angle out so when it got down to about here, that it would fall off. And that's just welded a short stub, and these are just 10-pound weights off from an old weight set I had laying around. Put those on there to make it so it would balance out for weight wise. Now the wind's changed on it, so now it wants to go the other way, so we just take this plate. Sometimes you can move these plates back and forth a little bit. That'll achieve your balance point. It gives you a little, see, if I move it that way, it wants to drop that way. If I move it that way, it'll balance out and stay. So that's kind of another fine adjustment you can use on it. I'll show you how you make the springs in a little bit. I made all these springs out of 5/32 music wire. I couldn't find any online to buy, so I had to make them. So your plate is welded to the upright, and that happens to be a piece of, looks about like 2.5 by 2.5 tubing, and I had that laying around, and to the front of that I welded another piece of 3/8 by 3 flat mild steel stock to make sure that that had something to deflect bullets that's going to hit it, because they are going to hit it. People do miss this thing, you know. And then the bottom we just made out of some, looks like about 1.5, 1.25 inch tube stock. Just welded that up for a base, put some side pieces on to stabilize the whole thing. They should probably be a little longer. I'm going to cut them off and add longer ones because it wants to wobble around on the ground a little bit. But that's pretty much the base and the whole thing. The plates came from a place in Texas. I was able to send them the dimensions of what I wanted. Showed them the plate. Showed them how I wanted the stem on it with a hole in. They cut them all out of AR 400. I think it was like $85 shipped or something like that. Pretty good deal. Don't know if you can get them that way anymore. Here's the spring mechanism on it. Just a piece of U-channel with a hole drilled through it. 3/8 inch bolt, because that happened to be the size of the windings on the spring I made. And then I'll go in and I'll show you how to make these springs. You may not be able to find them. You're going to have to make them possibly. So pretty easy to do if you got the right equipment, and it's available on eBay also. So we'll get to that shortly. I think it's a K&S or K&N music spring winder. I was picked up at a radio control hobby shop years ago when I used to be in that hobby, and I've seen them on eBay. This is 5/32 music wire. You put it in the winder. This has a little groove milled in it to follow the wire. This goes on here like this, and you line it up with the wire. And then you start winding your spring. You just start going. This stuff's pretty tough, but it'll bend. Follow it around. You have to work it around that thing there. And I make 2 coils. And then you stop over here and you have to find out how far you want to take it so it has the right spring to it. I probably overwound that one a little bit. You're going to come out with a spring like that, and then you can put this in here. You have to change the spring, or the tool here. They have a different tool to bend straight wire. You can slide that one in here, put your straight wire in here, and then bend a hook on it so you can pull it back when you have to reload the plates. Put it on there, put it on there. Go like that. Now I've got a way to hook it and pull it back. Grind that off with a cut-off wheel, and that's how you make your springs. Again, this is probably overwound a little bit. It probably should be back further like that. If you overwind it, you really can't undo it. So you gotta check it as you wind it and find out where it's gotta be to get the right amount of tension, and then just make yourself up 8 of them like that. But that's how you make the springs up. Pretty simple deal if you got the equipment. So hopefully that gives you some ideas on how to build a Polish plate rack. Total cost in this one, because I had some steel laying around, the plates are 85, pillow blocks 20 bucks, another $30 is some steel I bought, you know, 135, $40. If you're going to buy everything, you don't have anything laying around and you can weld it yourself, you're probably going to have 2.5 in it. That's not bad considering they're $1,200 to buy one. You might pick a used one up for 8, but they're a lot of fun to shoot. They're great to put in a USPSA match or a local club steel action shoot. They're great ammo burners and a lot of fun to shoot. We'll get to that in just a minute. Okay, now for the fun part, the shooting part. To shoot these things, the best thing to do is to keep it in balance. So this is how I would shoot it. See this leaning this way a little bit? I shoot this plate first, that plate second, that plate third, this plate fourth, and then whichever way it is, like say it's down this way, when you get those 4 cleaned off, then this one, this one, this one, and that one. It should stay pretty well balanced. Don't have to shoot real fast, but you don't want to miss. So let's see how it works. Okay, we're back here about 30 foot. We'll see how it goes. And that's a successful run on the Polish plate rack. Have fun.